Today we're going to talk about expecting the best possible outcome in order for your manifestation to come into reality. Now, I want to explain what we do first and how we can fix it. So we do something called catastrophizing. What is catastrophizing? Catastrophizing is a negative brain response that always assumes the worst case scenario. Always gives you like the worst case scenario. Now, you may ask, why does our brains do that? Our brains do that because it wants to keep us safe. And our brains always prefer the familiar over the unfamiliar. So even if the familiar, it's not the best thing for you, your brain will always choose that because it doesn't know the unfamiliar and it's scary for your brain, it's the unknown. Now, your brain is trying to keep you safe, and there's two reasons why it does that. First is because when it gives you the worst case scenario, you are, if the event happens, you are prepared for it. And second is because to prevent you of not taking the action towards that goal, towards that dream, towards that desired reality that you want. So our job is to make the unfamiliar familiar to our brain so it can get used to it and to always expect the best. An example that I can give you right now that comes to mind for catastrophizing thoughts is, let's say you want to start a business, but your thoughts are, I'm not going to make it. What if I fail? I'm not good enough to be a CEO of the business. I'm not going to be able to manage the business. Those are all catastrophizing thoughts. And those are events that haven't happened yet. It might never happen. So your brain, because you're used to it, not to take that action towards opening your business, starting your business, your brain is trying to keep you safe by giving you those thoughts that make you not take the action. The truth is that vast majority of people, when those negative thoughts, when those catastrophizing thoughts come, this is the thing that stops them. And they never take the next step. They never take action towards their dream life, their dream reality. So don't let those negative thoughts, which are just the familiar thing to your brain, that's why they come, because it's the most familiar thing for your brain. You're used to think like that. That's why it keeps coming when you want to take a new step to the right, not always to go to the left. When you want to do something new and something that is unfamiliar for you, so when the doubt, fear, anxiety, when all of those feelings come, when you want to take a step towards your goal, know that they're there just because that's the familiar for your brain, not because you can do it. Let's imagine that. What if everything works out for you? What if next time when you catch yourself thinking catastrophizing thoughts, you flip them at the moment and you switch them from negative to positive? And what if you thought, I'm not good enough, you actually switch it to, I'm good enough. I'm not going to be able to operate in my business. What if you switch it to, I am able to operate my business? I'm not going to be able to achieve my goals. What if I am able to achieve my goals? Now, when you have this knowledge, okay, when you have the knowledge that what's happening in your brain and you know why your brain is doing that, you have the power to choose not to believe in it. The fun thing is here that this proves that not everything that we think is true, and not everything that we think we have to believe it. Because with our brains, with our subconscious is different, but with our brains, we have the power to choose to believe in a thinking, or to believe in a thought, or if someone tells you something, we have the power to choose to believe in something or to not believe in something. We have the power to change it at the moment as well, rather than with our subconscious minds. We don't have that. It just goes in there, and we cannot change it at the moment, and we cannot choose to believe in it or not. So we have to be careful with our thoughts. I have talked about this before, but our thoughts are so important for us to manifest and to materialize our dream reality. There's people that quantum leap so easy, and it's because first they live at the end. This is one of the most important things in manifestation. Live at the end. Second thing, they think when you live at the end, you already think that everything is possible for you. You don't think, I can open the business, I can start the business. You're thinking, I opened the business and the business is doing great. That's what is living at the end. Thinking positive, and it's thinking positive, but it's not only thinking positive, but believing the thing that you're saying. If you only do positive thinking, it's not going to take you really far. But when you believe in what you're thinking and what you're saying, what your thoughts are, that's what is going to take you there. When you live at the end, when you live at the business is already open, the business is thriving, I'm doing great, I'm making a certain amount of money, I'm healthy, whatever it is. When you live there, when you live at the end, that's what it is. That's how people quantum leap so fast, because they know that not everything is working out for them. They know that it's going to work out. They're just expecting reality to catch up, their 3D to catch up for what it's in their head. So now, with the power of awareness and the knowledge that you have, start catching your thoughts. Flip them at the moment. When you have a negative thought, say, I know this is not true, and I'm choosing not to believe it. And switch it at the moment. Make it positive. So, in order for you to make it believable, to make it familiar, you just have to keep going. And even if it feels scary, even if it feels weird and different, keep going, because you got this and you can do it. And I believe in you. That was all for today, guys. I just want to talk about this because there's so many people that always assume the worst case scenario. And they believe that that's the truth. They don't believe that it is what it is. This is going to happen. And that's how they manifest the worst case scenario for them. That was all for today, guys. If you liked this video, I would highly appreciate if you hit the like and the subscribe button. And thanks so much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one.